The coexistence between the Maasai people and wildlife in East Africa is a remarkable example of how human communities and animals can share the same landscapes despite the challenges posed by habitat competition and human-wildlife conflicts. This unique relationship has evolved over centuries, shaped by a combination of cultural traditions, land management practices, and modern conservation efforts. The Maasai, an indigenous ethnic group primarily residing in Kenya and Tanzania, have traditionally been semi-nomadic pastoralists. They rely on cattle herding as the cornerstone of their way of life. Cattle hold immense cultural and economic significance for the Maasai, serving as a source of sustenance, status, and wealth. They have a deep spiritual connection with their cattle, believing that their god, Enkai, gave them all the cattle in the world, with their pastoral lifestyle intricately woven into their culture for generations. Historically, the Maasai are known to move their cattle herds across vast stretches of savanna, seeking fresh grazing lands and water sources, and this nomadic lifestyle has enabled them to prevent overgrazing in any one area in turn, allowing vegetation to regenerate and benefit both their cattle and the wildlife. Furthermore, their presence within their landscapes also act as a deterrent to poachers and illegal activities, as they have a reputation of being formidable warriors, which help to prevent the presence of poachers within their ecosystem. Nonetheless, for centuries before the world's lion population was on the brink of extinction, young Maasai men hunted and killed lions as a rite of passage into manhood. This was the only way to become a warrior. These hunts, combined with habitat loss, poaching and disease, caused the lion population across Africa to plummet from 500,000 in 1950 to fewer than 30,000 in 2013. Today, this age-old cultural tradition has been abandoned by most tribesmen, and instead of retaliatory killings, the Maasai have opted for non-lethal methods such as the use of traditional scare tactics or seeking assistance from conservation organizations to deter lions from hunting their livestock. The introduction of modern conservation efforts amongst the Maasai communities have also played a significant role in fostering coexistence between the Maasai and wildlife, with conservation organizations working closely with the Maasai by providing support for sustainable land management practices, education and alternative livelihoods to reduce dependence on livestock. One such notable initiative is the establishment of community conservancies. These conservancies are community-owned and managed areas designated for wildlife conservation that directly benefit the Maasai through income from tourism and compensation for livestock losses due to predation. Such incentives have encouraged the Maasai to protect wildlife and their habitats actively. Tourism also plays a pivotal role in this coexistence. Visitors from around the world flock to Maasai lands to witness the incredible biodiversity and rich cultural heritage, with the revenue generated from tourism not only supporting the Maasai communities, but also contributing towards wildlife conservation. In spite of such efforts, challenges still persist in this delicate balance between the Maasai and wildlife. As populations grow and land becomes scarcer, there is increasing competition for resources between humans and animals. Climate change, with its impacts on water availability and grazing lands, adds further pressure. Human-wildlife conflicts, especially involving predators, continue to pose challenges. Efforts to maintain this coexistence require ongoing commitment and collaboration among the Maasai, conservation organizations, governments, and the global community. Balancing the needs of both people and wildlife is a complex task, but the Maasai traditional wisdom, combined with modern conservation strategies, offers hope for the continued coexistence of these communities and the incredible wildlife that shares their ancestral lands. Such unique relationship serves as an inspiring model for how human societies can harmoniously live alongside and protect our planet's precious biodiversity.